The modern world is making us sick. I think it's common knowledge by now to most people. I mean, let's be real. There is definitely a mass awakening going on. There is definitely a mass raising of awareness, intuition, and discernment. That's happening. I just had lunch with a friend today, and she was talking about another person she knows that went through a huge awakening like many of us did over the last 4 years. Because it got so weird. Your government coming to you, telling you they care about you, after allowing food manufacturers to put the weirdest, creepiest shit in food for decades, almost close to 100 years, 10 decades. I think that's kind of where it began, early 1900s, ramped up in the mid 1900s. You know, when did Crisco run their ad for their cooking oil? I want to say it was early 1900s. It was a long time ago. I posted something about that on my social media a while ago, but you know, people are waking up. My invitation to people is stop listening to the subtle forms of warfare that have been waged against human beings for a long time. Food, certain music and lyrics, certain frequencies, even clothing, right? I'm waking up to the fact that synthetic clothes don't do us right. You know, cotton and linens, wools, that's where the action is. I think a lot about what Tesla said, right? It's all about energy, frequency, and vibration. I think about that a lot. I think about 432 hertz, right? What is it? 434, 432? I can't remember. And then the lyrics themselves. I don't listen to mainstream music anymore because I realized, had the conscious moment of awareness like many people have, oh, this probably isn't very, this isn't raising my vibration. But it's so subtle, it's so subtle. Many of these foods are subtly destructive to our body. Movies, subtly destructive. Violence, sexual promiscuity, subtle messages, right? Movies, music, entertainment, radio, constantly being bombarded by that. I don't even listen to the radio in the car anymore. I built a playlist from soul songs from the 70s and other good songs, even though, if you believe Unplug 'Em YouTube channel, they've been doing this stuff even back then. But it feels better to listen to that music because what I think is the trajectory has ramped up significantly. Even if they were messing with the frequencies and message, subliminally, conscious message, it's not even subconscious. It's like when you listen to lyrics that are talking about getting drunk and getting stoned and down and out and broke and busted, that's not even subtle warfare, that's overt spiritual warfare, overt psychological warfare, straight up. However, frog in hot water syndrome, if you were raised on that, you don't know any different. It's normal, right? That's the challenge, is seeing it in our own lives and in the lives of other people and starting to help people wake up to this. Because until every individual wakes up to the fact that we've been poisoned spiritually, mentally, physically, emotionally, financially, it won't change. It won't change. Awareness of the problem is the first step and the biggest step to solving the problem. There's still work to be done, but once you know certain foods you put in your body, they'll whack you up. Cheetos and Doritos come to mind, and I used to eat both of those. More so the Cheetos. I think they if I was a conspiracy theorist, I would think they put something in the Cheetos to make them very addictive. And in fact, they do. In fact, they do in the laboratory where they make this food. This is what I'm talking about. These things are engineered to be addictive. Video games are engineered to be addictive. Certain music frequencies, tones, lyrics are engineered to be addictive. Movies engineered to be addictive. Food engineered to be addictive. Wild times. The plug-in drug, right? I see a lot of people walking down the street with the phone in their face. That is wild. All like a long ways, blocks at a time. You've seen it too. I know you have. You know, I am so grateful that I wasn't born in 1990 or 2000s. Early 2000s, you give a kid a phone for pacification, and then they don't learn to self-regulate themselves. They don't learn to sit in silence and just think. You know, what happened to kids thinking? Those devices are thinking in many cases for the child. Technology can be a double-edged sword. It can be used to produce or destroy. It can be used to facilitate thinking or not. But I'll tell you one thing on my journey. I am re-engaging. I never let analog go because putting pen to paper is so cathartic and feels so good. But I'm diving deeper into the analog systems. You know, we know we can think better on paper with just a pen and the paper without having a digital device between us. Like, that's how you ideate. That's how I love to ideate the most and get my thoughts out on paper and designs and contemplations. That's where the action is. But, you know, yeah, it's subtle, but it's there. And more people are seeing the form of warfare that has been waged against humanity for a long time. Like I say, probably over 100 years, to be honest. So that's my piece. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. I appreciate you for watching this video. And I know it's been super dark. Way too dark. I'll work on that. Until next time, I wish you all the best health, wealth, and success. Have an awesome day. Bye-bye.